From Lothlorien Dog Services. A couple of weeks ago I started showing you the journey of the new puppies that I was invited up to visit, and I promised that I would do some videos on puppies, introducing puppies into your house and all the various different things that we should be considering. Now I'm going to take for example somebody who has chosen a puppy, they've selected their puppy and now they're ready to bring their puppy home. The first thing that you want to do is that week before you bring them home is start preparing your house if you haven't already done it. So the first thing that I would recommend is a crate. This is going to assist you with your toilet training and also just help you get a bit of time to yourself, knowing that you don't have to watch puppy all the time. And when I mean a bit of time to yourself, I mean time to have a shower, make a phone call, those sort of things. It's also very good for containment during the night. I would always start with a crate in my bedroom next to my bed for during the night sleeping. You are not teaching your puppy to sleep in your bedroom. You are teaching your puppy to sleep in a crate, and it's much easier to settle them down if you're actually there. We have to remember that these puppies have come from a litter with their mum where they've always had contact. They've never been left on their own. So you want to make sure that during the night that they're not at the other end of the house, and it's not about anything other than social contact, knowing that you are there. The puppy, although will have met you, doesn't really know you, so it's going to take a little bit of time for you to build up that bond, that trust, where they're going to see you as their puppy parent. So start with the crate. Now, say you're buying a Newfoundland. Don't go buying the extra large crate and expecting this bundle to feel safe and secure in it. What will happen is you'll probably find that they'll sleep at one end of the crate and they'll do the toilet in the other. So I would always recommend going for a crate that is big enough for the puppy to have plenty of room to move about, stretch out, stand up, turn round in, but not so much room that it's actually just like, you know, a whole sized room for them. So that's where I start with. I want to make the crate as comfortable as possible. I don't want to put anything in there for doing the toilet in, because it's not a place for doing the toilet. I will do another video shortly on toilet training because it's a whole other thing. But you just want to make the space cosy and warm and secure. I put that next to my bed, but during the day I move it, because it's quite small-ish, into our kitchen area or our living room area, wherever we are. I want to make sure that the puppy's with me the majority of the time. There's plenty of time to start getting them used to and adjust to being left on their own for periods of time, but when you first bring a puppy home, don't bring it home on the Saturday and then go out to work 9 to 5 on the Monday. You are really getting off to quite a difficult start there. I suggest that a puppy should not be left for any more than an hour when you first bring it home, and then building it up gradually. But until they're about 6-7 months old, they should not be left for huge prolonged periods of time. That could be an inconvenience to your life, but please think about these things before you actually get the puppy. So the crate is next to your bed when you're sleeping, and that encourages a good night's sleep going right the way through. Your crate should be used for lots of sleeping intervals throughout the day. Puppies are babies. They are just baby dogs. And as you very well know, when things are young, they need a lot of sleep because that helps with their development and their growth. I can pinpoint quite a few puppy problems early on that are absolutely just attributed to lack of sleep. So you want to really encourage a good sleeping routine. And I always say cement that into your cage, your crate, so that really is the area where your puppy goes to get a bit of time to itself, to relax, to chill out, and to essentially rest. When you bring them home and you're preparing to bring them home, is please make a lot of safe zones within the house that are not accessible to the puppy, so that you can really proof the areas that the puppy is in, so that they can't hurt nor harm themselves nor chew anything that they're not supposed to. It's also quite important if you have younger children that there is areas in the house that your younger children can go to that the puppy has no access to, and that means that you're able to teach appropriate interactions between child and dog. Getting off to the right start, teaching our children the correct way to interact with dogs is absolute paramount. The safe zones will also come into play if you already have an existing dog in the house. I would always encourage that there is an area where your older dogs can go, where they know they can go to that puppy has no access to. And if they choose to go to that area, that's a clear sign to me that they've actually had enough of Junior and they're looking for a little bit of time to themselves. That's essential, and it also prevents there from being any problems or any fractions in a relationship. When you are going to bring your puppy home, if you have a long car journey, which some people do when they are buying puppies, is ask your breeder beforehand to do some car trips with them so that they're just getting used to the motion, the feeling, the sensation and the vibe in the car. There is nothing worse than taking a puppy away from its family and then taking it on a long journey and it feels quite sick, and it just builds up a whole negative association to travelling in a vehicle from day dot, and then the next time they're in the car is to go and get their vaccinations. So it's a lot of bad things surrounding a car. I'm not saying that every dog, if done that way, is going to build up a negative association to travelling, but it does certainly put you on the back foot with that. So start off with everything being positive interaction. So even when you bring them home, you can take them out for little small drives in the car and make that really positive. You can give them a chew in the car. You can even sit in the driveway and play with them in the car. You're just building up positive associations to that area. It's really, I'm going to stress this point and then leave this here today. It's really, really important that we do a lot of social contact with our puppies. We should cuddle them to death and spend tons and tons of time with them in these first early months. It's so, so, so important that they look to you as somebody that they can trust and somebody that has their best interests at heart and somebody they feel safe with. So by spending tons of time together, playing, interacting, chilling out, watching a movie, all of these sort of things, that is going to help cement your relationship. What to expect the first few days is utter mayhem. I just kind of like my puppies to find their feet first. I do create areas in the house where I'm sort of shutting down where they can and can't go, so that I haven't got to watch them running around the whole house. We just keep them in areas wherever the family is, so that somebody has always got an eye on them. They always have somebody there with them. If we're leaving them on their own for 10-15 minutes to go and do something, then we're making sure that that's during a nap time and they don't need the toilet and it's not too hot or too cold and they aren't going to be stressed out, so that they completely know that when we go away it's a good thing. We will deal more with that later on as well to prevent separation anxiety issues. So just lots and lots and lots of social interaction between you and your puppy. There is an awful lot of focus goes on to socialisation, but there is a skill and a knack to that, which once again I will cover. I just wanted to bring a lot of things in, but at this stage when I'm talking about socialisation, the social contact should be between you, your family and the puppy, and whoever else within your extended family unit or friends is going to have an input in that puppy's life. It's really nice to get them involved as early as possible. And we just have to make everything great for them. We really, really do. So any comments or suggestions, you can pop them down in the box and I will get back to them. And yeah, next time we are going to deal with toilet training. So if you have any questions regarding that, you can get them in early and I'll address them as well as I can. But that's us for just now. And just so you know, I'm going up to visit those delightful bundles again in a week's time. So I'll give you a little update on how they're doing. Thanks for watching once again and happy training.